The sangha would like to invite our youngest brother,
Sangha ingin mengundang brother
to offer tea to
Yuda
Thay.
untuk memberikan teh kepada Thay.
Dear beloved Thay, it is the greatest fortune of our life to have been able to become your students. To receive your guidance and to belong to your beloved community. You are our teacher, and you have taught and nurtured us with boundless love, patience, and care. The dewdrops of your compassionate nectar have refreshed our thirst. You have been the torch guiding us through the forest of confusion. The hand reaching out to us when we fall. The ladder rescuing us from our darkest moments. You have given us a path to walk so that we no longer have anything to fear. You have offered us the most profound teachings and so many practices to realize those teachings in our daily life. You have transmitted to us the precepts, renewed and reinvigorated. You have trained us in a new kind of Buddhism that can serve the world and help respond to the suffering and difficulties of our time. And you have built a healthy and happy community for us to take refuge in, and a vibrant monastic culture to nourish and support us on our way. Dear Thay, your deep bodhicitta, which began in the heart of a little child from central Vietnam, has grown to be a vast force of action across East and West. You met your hermit at the well. You saw the kind of Zen master you wanted to become. You had a dream, and dear Thay, you have realized that dream. At every turn, you took the path less traveled, the difficult path. Throughout your life, you encountered acute moments of loss and injustice, just like when you were exiled, when you heard the news of your students being shot on the riverbank, or when you heard that your passport was cancelled, or when your program to rescue thousands of boat people from the South China Sea was shut down. And yet, you met these moments with the strength of your mindfulness practice and your indestructible courage, compassion, and clarity. Dear Thay, despite all the difficulties, you never gave up on hope or on this path or on your vision of creating a practice that could truly help the world. You found ways to build sangha out of all the non-sangha elements around you. You overcame your gentle shyness to open your heart to embrace new people, cultures, and perspectives. Amid the rolling fields and oak forests here in France, the beloved community has taken root in Plum Village and grown branches wider than anyone could ever have imagined. You touched the soul of ancient Europe, and today the sound of the great temple bell resonates across her valleys. Here you have created a true Pure Land, a beautiful environment of practice for people of all faiths, backgrounds, and nationalities to take refuge in. Today, your Plum Village tradition has become a beacon of mindfulness in the West. You have taught us how to breathe, how to walk in freedom, how to generate happiness, how to handle our suffering, and how to reconcile with those we love. It is thanks to your vision, creativity, courage, and simplicity that the world has the kind of accessible mindfulness we have today. Dear beloved Thay, how can we ever thank you enough for your courage, compassion, and endurance, and for everything you have given the world. Embracing the pain of exile, you healed your wounds, you got the breakthrough, and you found your true home right in the heart of the present moment. You transformed your suffering and have given us all the practices we need to transform ours. You have offered us, your students from around the world, the rich spiritual heritage of Vietnam, and you have accepted us as your spiritual children without ever asking us to abandon our culture or our roots. Despite the injustices you've experienced and the suffering you've witnessed, you have always found ways to respond to injustice with the healing balm of compassion and non-violence. You have found ways to embrace everyone, even those who have caused you harm or harbored ill will. Dear Thay, we honor and cherish your virtue, your ethics, and your integrity. You have dug deep into your own experience and the riches of Buddhist heritage to offer us a robust code of global ethics that can guide us through even the harshest storms ahead. You have shown us how to share these applied ethics in families, schools, workplaces, prisons, parliaments, and town halls around the world. You have shown us how to wake up and fall in love with the earth so that we may protect and heal her with all our heart. We may spend our whole lives trying to keep up with you, dear Thay, and your vision for a future that is possible. A future whose foundation you have built step by step, breath by breath, page by page. Dear Thay, you are the gentle and skillful revolutionary, the Zen master who is ready to update our pratimoksha, to remove Buddhas from altars, and to establish equality for the nuns, and create a truly multifold sangha.
Breathing in a long breath, I know I am breathing in a long breath. Breathing out a long breath, I know I am breathing out a long breath. Breathing in a short breath, I know I am breathing in a short breath. Breathing out a short breath, I know I am breathing out a short breath. Breathing Breathing in, I calm my whole body. Breathing out, I calm my whole body. Breathing in, I feel joyful. Breathing out, I feel joyful. Breathing in, I feel happy. Breathing out, I feel happy. Breathing in with mental formations. Breathing out with mental formations. Breathing in, calming mental formations. Breathing out, calming mental formations. Breathing in, I'm aware of my mind. Breathing out, I'm aware of my mind. Breathing in, I make my mind happy. Breathing out, I make my mind happy. Breathing in, I concentrate my mind. Breathing out, I concentrate my mind. Breathing in, I liberate my mind. Breathing out, I liberate my mind. Breathing in, I observe no birth. Breathing out, I observe no death. Breathing in, I observe letting go. Breathing out, I observe letting go.
Dear beloved and respected Thay, our teacher, and dear beloved community, how did you do it? How did you find a way to reach us? I think of myself as an angry, confused 19-year-old, unable to grieve the loss of his mother, unable to feel and unable to enjoy the wonders of life. I somehow find my way to Plum Village. And in this meditation hall, I heard your voice for the first time. And somehow, your voice reached through all the layers of hurt, and all the layers of hardened shells of ideas, notions. Your voice found its way through all of my defenses and all of my anger, and it found my heart. I think of all the young people, men and women, in the West who have grown up in these last few generations with little in the way of spiritual family, with few ways to handle their suffering. Filled with ideas, filled with the desire to succeed, to compete. For myself, I came convinced that the scientific worldview was my only refuge, but it was a cold and abstract refuge, which was no refuge at all. And somehow you were able to reach through to us and touch in us the ancient seeds that lied buried in our consciousness of spirituality, of sacredness, of faith. These words that I could not have pronounced without irony when I first came to Plum Village. Now, I almost do not dare to speak, so precious they are to me. And you didn't help just me, but all of my ancestors, with all of their wounds. Somehow, you opened your embrace to all of them, despite the fact that it was often our ancestors, our nations who had invaded your home, who had colonized it, who had despoiled it. But all I felt from you was love and forgiveness. I could feel in me my mother, my father, my grandparents, gradually softening their hearts as well. And slowly, slowly over the years, allowing the precious nectar of the Dharma to penetrate deeper. You gave us healing. You gave us a way to heal the wounds of the past. But perhaps even more than that, you gave us back the present moment. Every time I hear your voice, even now I am astonished by your faith in the power of the present moment, by your faith in stopping, by your faith in aimlessness, by your faith that hidden in the heart of the present moment is everything we have ever sought, everything we have ever dreamed of. And patiently, again and again, moment after moment, you showed us the way back home to the present. And every time we forgot and went rushing into our thoughts and projects, our anger, rebellion, reactivity, judgment, you would smile and show us the way back again. And from that beautiful, miraculous present, you have given us a future. You've given us a path that is shining so clearly, a path that we can walk together. And as I look around this hall today, I feel so lucky that you've given us a family. You've been somehow the magnet that has drawn together all of these lost souls. You've helped us to find each other, our soulmates, and you've shown us the way to live together and to continue to learn, to grow, to heal, and to help relieve the suffering in the world. Thank you, Thay.
Dear Thay, we will now get to hear one of your beautiful poems that has been composed into music called Oneness. But before we hear the song, we would like to hear it in the native language that you have written it in Vietnamese. We would like to invite Sister Trang Linh Măng to read it.
Nhất như tôi hứa là lúc tôi chết, tôi sẽ trở về ngay với em, và em không phải đợi chờ lâu. Có phải không, giờ này tôi đang ngồi bên em, vậy mà tôi cũng đang chết đấy. Trong từng phút giây, tôi đi qua bao lần sinh diệt. Em hãy nhìn để thấy tôi có mặt. Nếu muốn khóc, em hãy khóc đi. Biết rằng tôi cũng đang khóc cùng em. Nước mắt ấy sẽ chữa lành thương tích. Nước mắt em cũng là nước mắt tôi. Chúng ta đang đi trên mặt đất này, nhưng mặt đất này cũng có ngoài lịch sử. Đông xuân cùng một lần có mặt, lá xanh non cũng là lá đã lìa cành. Bàn chân tôi đang dẫm lên vô sinh, và bàn chân tôi cũng là bàn chân em. Chúng ta hãy cùng đi chơi nơi bản môn, để thấy giữa trời tuyết đông, hoa anh đào nở rộ. Tại sao lại nói tới chia ly? Em thấy không, tôi không cần chết, mà với em, mỗi phút giây vẫn có thể trở về. The moment that I die, I will come back to you quickly as I
If you want to cry, please cry and know the tears that you shed will heal us both. Your tears and mine, the path that I tread transcends history. Spring and winter blow, present in the moment. Spring and winter both present in the moment. The young leaf and the old are already one. My feet touch deathless nerves. My feet are yours. Walk with me now. Walk with me now. Walk with me now. Let us enter. Let us enter oneness. Walk with me into oneness and see the cherry tree blossom in winter. Spring and winter both present in the moment. The young leaf and the old are really one. My feet touch deathless nerves. My feet are yours. Walk with me now. Walk with me now. Walk with me now. Let us enter. Let us enter oneness. Walk with me into oneness and see the cherry tree blossom in winter. Blossom in winter. Why should we talk about death? I don't need to die to be back with you. Why should we talk about death? I don't need to die to be back with you. I don't need to die to be back.
Dạ, con kính bạch thầy.
Dear respected Thay,
Đầu tiên con xin sám hối với thầy là những ngày này con làm việc rất là nhiều để giống như con có cảm giác là để mình quên cái sự kiện thầy tịch.
First of all, I would like to apologize and begin anew with Thay, because in the last few days, I felt like I wanted to keep myself more busy to serve the sangha in order to be able to overcome these moments.
Mấy con hứa với thầy là con sẽ thực tập để chăm sóc mình tốt hơn.
But first, I promise you, Thay, I will return back to my practice to take care of what is going on inside.
Con rất biết ơn thầy đã quyết định thu nhận học trò xuất sĩ.
I'm very grateful to you, Thay, for agreeing to decide to have monastic students.
Để cho tất cả chúng con có nhân duyên, có cơ hội trở về bên chân thầy và thực tập với thầy dưới bóng dáng của một xuất sĩ.
Because that was the door that allowed all of us in to be your disciples, to sit beside you, to walk with you, and to practice with you.
Con nhớ năm 2013 lúc con được thầy Pháp Phụ gọi lên để hậu truyền thầy và chơi với thầy.
I remember in 2013, Brother Phapu, your attendant, invited me up to be with you, to share with you, and to play.
Trong buổi đó có rất là nhiều những anh chị em xuất sĩ bao quanh thầy.
And in that hut, there was many monastics also around sitting with you.
Và con nhớ có một sư em đã chỉ vào cái áo của thầy và nói cái áo của thầy sờn quá. Áo của thầy cũ quá.
And I remember one of the young novice pointed to your robe and said, Thay, your robe is so old.
Thầy lấy tay thầy cầm cái áo của thầy và thầy cười, thầy nói rằng các con biết không, cái áo này là của sanh Quyền Hải tặng thầy, nó còn thầy mặc rất là vừa.
And Thay lifted his robe and said, but you know, this robe was given to Thay by elder brother Nguyễn Hải, and it is still fit Thay, and it is still perfect for Thay.
Lúc đó thì chúng con biết thầy Nguyễn Hải đã không còn ở trong chúng dưới hình thức của một xuất sĩ.
And even though at that moment Brother Nguyễn Hải has already left the monastic sangha and not in the form of a monastic,
nhưng mà con nhận ra trong lời nói của thầy có rất là nhiều tình thương.
and in your sharing, it still carries so much love and so much compassion.
Con biết lúc đó con đã nghe bằng 100% chánh niệm của mình và con nhận ra không có bất kỳ một cái mảy may nào thầy thể hiện rằng mình không coi người đó là học trò của mình.
And in that moment, I was so impressed because 100% you still see your students who have left as still your students.
Và từ câu nói đó của thầy mà con bao giờ còn nghi ngờ cái con đường này.
And from those words you shared, I never had doubt anymore on this path.
Con cũng rất là biết ơn thầy con đã cho phép con qua để thực tập cùng tăng thân. Con biết rằng thầy đã quyết định nhận học trò là một trong những cái gia tài mà chúng con đã tiếp nhận được từ thầy.
And I am so grateful to be accepted by you and by the community, because you opening the door for us to become monastics, to be your descendants, is one of the greatest treasures that you have opened and shown to all of us.
Cách đây vài hôm con gặp một sư em ở ngoài bãi đậu xe và hai anh em rất là buồn nhìn nhau và rất là muốn nói một câu gì đó với nhau, nhưng mà cuối cùng cả hai chỉ chắp tay chào nhau và im lặng. Thì trong cái khoảnh khắc đó con cũng nhận ra bản thân còn mặc trong lòng của chúng con rất là sâu.
Just a few days ago, I was in the parking lot and I met one of my brother, and we both looked at each other in the eye and we both wanted to say something. But in the end, we remained silent and we just joined our palms and bowed to one another. And in that moment, I knew that Thay, you were there deep in our hearts.
Tăng thân xuất sĩ Thầy gây dựng là cái con tiếp nhận rất là sâu mỗi lúc con nghĩ về Thầy.
The monastic sangha is something I always return to when I think about you.
Mấy hôm nay Thầy cũng thấy buổi sáng nào ở làng cũng rất là nhiều băng trái trắng trên bãi cỏ, và con biết đó cũng là một cái hình ảnh Thầy rất là thích.
And in these last 2 days, we have had a white winter, and I know that you always enjoy this winter. You would take us on walks to look at the trees and look at the forest.
Đức Trời cũng muốn cúng dường cho Thầy những cái gì đẹp nhất của mình, và bọn chúng con cũng nguyện cúng dường những cái tốt nhất của chúng con lên Thầy để tiếp nối Thầy.
And you have always only wanted to transmit to us the most beautiful and the most precious, and we also take the vow to do the same as a continuation of Thay.
Con rất biết ơn Thầy đã cho chúng con được khóc với Thầy, được thực tập với Thầy.
Thank you, Thay, for allowing us to cry with you and to practice with you.
Con xin sám hối Thầy là có rất là nhiều lúc con đã không đủ khả năng để thấy Thầy biểu hiện dưới hình thức của một chiếc lạ hay một thầy, một sư cô trong tăng thân, và con cũng để cho mình tin rằng Thầy đã tịch.
And I also apologize and begin anew because there were moments when I couldn't practice to see your manifestation in the leaf, in the trees, in the brothers, in the sisters, and in the community.
Con nguyện thực tập sâu hơn để có thể thấy rõ ràng điều đó trong đời sống hàng ngày để mang Thầy về tương lai.
But I vow to continue to practice to nourish you in the leaf, in the monastics, in the community.
Con xin cảm ơn Thầy đã lắng nghe con.
Thank you, Thay, for listening to me, your student. And now we will have an opportunity to listen to another poem that Thay has written, and it will be sang by Sister Chi Ngim in Vietnamese. The poem is called 24 Brand New Hours. Ý thức em mặt trời tỏ ra.
Thức dậy hôm nay em thấy trời xanh, chắp tay em cảm ơn đời mầu nhiệm cho em 24 giờ tinh khôi, cho em bầu trời bao la, mặt trời lên cao, rừng cây thức, Mặt trời lên cao, rừng cây vươn nắng chan hòa. Em đi ngang qua đồng hoa hướng dương, hàng vạn bông hoa ngoảnh nhìn về phương đông chói sáng. Ý thức em mặt trời tỏ ràng, bàn tay em gieo hạt cho mùa sang năm. Biến động tai em nghe tiếng triều dâng, xôn xao mây bốn phương trời lồng lộng. Quê hương thân yêu ngát hồ sen thơm, quê hương hàng dừa ven sông, ruộng đồng vươn vai cười theo bóng lúa. Ruộng đồng vươn vai cười vui mưa nắng trăm mùa. Đất mẹ cho em hướng quê tầng ngô, tía tô rau húng rau ngò màu nhiệm. Mãi đây xanh tươi núi đồi quê hương, mãi đây lộc đời lên nhanh, ngọt lời ca dao trần gian vui hát. Ngọt lời ca dao màu xanh đưa bước chân người. Đất mẹ cho em hướng quê tầng ngô, tía tô rau húng rau ngò màu nhiệm. Mãi đây xanh tươi núi đồi quê hương, mãi đây lộc đời lên nhanh, ngọt lời ca dao trần gian vui hát. Ngọt lời ca dao màu xanh đưa bước chân người.
Chère Thay. Chère Thay.
Dear Thay,
C'est toujours un bonheur de penser à vous.
it always makes me so happy to think of you.
Aujourd'hui,
Today,
les villages tout entiers se sont habillés de blanc.
the whole of Plum Village is dressed in white.
Un blanc brillant, plein de petits éclats de glace.
a brilliant white, full of many sparkles of ice.
La moindre petite... je cherche le mot. La moindre petite maison des araignées devient un collier.
The tiniest little cobweb becomes a necklace.
Tout a pris la couleur du deuil, mais dans la beauté.
Everything has taken the color of mourning, but with beauty.
Et nous savons que nous vivons dans la terre pure.
And we really know that we are living in the Pure Land.
Chaque arbre, chaque brindille, chaque herbe s'est habillée de blanc pour vous.
Every twig, every blade of grass is dressed in white for you.
Nous vous aimons, Thay. Nous vous aimons. Nous aimons, Thay. Nous vous aimons, Thay.
We love you, Thay.
Tous, nous vous aimons, Thay, tellement.
All of us love Thay so much.
Dès le matin, notre esprit se tourne vers vous.
From first thing in the morning, our mind goes towards you.
Vous nous avez appris à offrir le thé au Bouddha, premier geste du matin.
You have taught us to offer tea to the Buddha as our first action in the morning.
Une petite lumière et un petit bâtonnet d'encens.
A little light and a small stick of incense.
Et puis, une tasse de thé pour vous, Thay.
And a cup of tea for you, Thay.
Et nous nous asseyons dans la paix avec vous.
And we sit in peacefulness with you.
Nous savons que si notre cœur est triste, vous serez là pour nous.
We know that if our heart is sad, you are there for us.
Nous savons que si nous avons de la joie, vous la partagerez.
We know that if we feel joy, you are there to share it with us.
Vous êtes apparu dans notre vie comme un soleil se lève sur une terre encore ensommeillée.
You have come into our lives like the sun rising over a land that was asleep.
J'étais en grand désespoir lorsque vous êtes apparu dans ma vie.
I was in great despair when you appeared in my life.
Et tout est devenu simple en vous rencontrant.
But everything became simple when I met you.
Vous nous avez offert le Dharma, ce trésor précieux.
You offered us the Dharma, this precious treasure.
Un jour, je vous ai écrit une lettre, chère Thay.
One day, I wrote you a letter, dear Thay,
où j'avais écrit,
where I wrote,
chère Thay, vous êtes un très grand oiseau.
Dear Thay, you are a very large bird.
Vous avez énormément d'enfants.
You have many, many children.
Vous avez parcouru le monde.
You have traveled all over the world.
Pour chercher la meilleure nourriture spirituelle.
To find the best spiritual food.
Vous avez choisi les mets les plus délicieux.
You have chosen and found the most delicious food.
Et vous êtes revenu vers vos enfants qui ont faim.
And you've returned to your children who were hungry.
Assis sur leurs coussins, la bouche grande ouverte.
Sitting on our cushions with our mouths wide open.
Comme des petits oiseaux.
Like the little birds.
Et le nectar du Dharma de votre cœur pénètre profondément en nous.
And the nectar of the Dharma penetrated into us deeply.
Et tout doucement, il ouvre la terre sèche de notre cœur, de notre esprit.
And very gently, you have been able to open the dry land of our heart and our mind.
Cette année-là, il y avait les frères ou les sœurs, je ne me rappelle pas, qui avaient fait un grand tableau avec une photo de Thay.
That particular year, the brothers and sisters had made a big picture
Avec une photo de Thay.
with a photo of you.
Et derrière vous, il y avait un grand oiseau avec les bras largement ouverts.
And behind you, in this picture, there was a large bird with the wings wide open.
Et chacun de nous sortait d'un œuf.
And each one of us was coming out of an egg.
Avec notre expression personnelle.
And each of us with their own personal expression.
Cette année-là, je suis allée vous voir après avoir offert cette lettre.
I went to see you after I sent you this letter.
Nous avions mangé ensemble tranquillement dans votre salle à manger.
We ate together calmly in your dining room.
Et vous avez ouvert vos bras et vous les avez agités doucement comme un oiseau qui vole.
And you opened your arms exactly like this bird opening the wings to fly.
Et vous avez dit avec joie, je suis un oiseau.
And you said with joy, I am a bird.
J'ai beaucoup d'histoires vous concernant, chère Thay.
I have so many stories about you, dear Thay.
Mais je voudrais vous dire qu'une des choses qui m'a beaucoup touchée et que je voudrais partager,
But I would like to tell one story that touched me deeply. I'd like to share this.
c'est très court.
It's very short.
À ce moment-là, j'étais une jeune novice
I was a young novice at that time.
et dans le discours que vous aviez donné, je me suis sentie personnellement blessée.
And in a talk you gave, I felt personally rather wounded.
Et j'étais pas contente du tout.
And I was not happy at all.
Et pendant quelques jours, je ne voulais pas regarder Thay.
And for several days, I couldn't look at Thay.
Alors, un jour, il s'est passé quelque chose de miraculeux.
And then one day, something happened that was like a miracle.
J'étais assise dans la pièce, dans la salle à manger du nouveau hameau.
I was sitting in the dining room of New Hamlet.
Et à ce moment-là, Thay est arrivé derrière moi et il s'est assis à côté de moi.
And at that moment, Thay arrived with his monks and he came to sit next to me.
Et il m'a regardé avec beaucoup de douceur.
He looked at me with great gentleness.
J'étais comme un hérisson.
I was like a hedgehog, very spiny animal.
Et Thay m'a dit avec beaucoup de douceur,
And Thay said to me with so much kindness,
Sœur Yaknim,
Sir Yaknim,
est-ce que vous savez que Thay souffre aussi?
do you know that Thay is also suffering?
Et ma colère a disparu complètement.
And my anger disappeared completely.
Et j'étais à nouveau la fille de Thay. J'étais à nouveau la fille de Thay.
I was once again Thay's daughter.
Mes frères et sœurs ont parlé tellement bien de vous que je ne peux rien ajouter de plus.
My brothers and sisters have spoken so beautifully about you that I can't add anything more.
Ce que je peux dire, c'est que depuis ma naissance, je vous ai cherché.
All I can say is that since my birth, I've been looking for you.
Je ne savais pas qui vous étiez.
I didn't know who you were.
Je me suis appuyée sur Dieu de toutes mes forces.
I have leaned on you with all. I leaned on God with all my strength.
Et quand je n'ai plus trouvé suffisamment de force dans ma prière,
And when I could not find any more strength left in my prayers, from my prayers,
j'ai demandé à Dieu, j'ai besoin d'un homme en chair et en os pour m'aider maintenant.
I asked God, I need a teacher, really someone in flesh and blood in front of me,
pour m'aider à sortir de mon obscurité.
to help me to come out of these shadows.
Et quelques jours après, vous veniez pour enseigner votre premier discours en français.
And a few days later, Thay, you came to give your first talks in French.
Et ma vie a complètement changé.
And my life completely changed.
Je voudrais profiter de cette occasion pour vous remercier, cher Thay,
I'd like to use this occasion to thank you, dear Thay,
pour cette merveilleuse sangha auquel vous avez donné naissance.
for this wonderful sangha that, to which you have given birth.
Oui. Hier, j'ai parlé du verre d'eau chaude pour une cuillère bien pleine de sticky rice.
Yesterday I talked about a glass of hot water in which there is placed with sticky rice attached to it.
Aujourd'hui, je peux dire que chacun de mes frères et sœurs sont cette merveille, cette eau chaude qui permet à chacun de se transformer.
And today I can say that each one of my brothers and sisters, they are all like a glass of hot water.
Et c'est un miracle, cher Thay, de vivre dans une telle communauté.
It's a miracle, Thay, to live in such a community.
Merci pour nous avoir donné la voix, Thay.
Thank you, Thay, for having given us this path.
And dear Thay, now we will get to hear a new song composed by Sister Luknim called No Coming, No Going, as a piece of gratitude offering to Thay and to the community.
Je ne suis pas limitée par ce corps. Je suis la vie sans limite. Jamais né, jamais ne mourrai. Étincelant de milliers d'étoiles, Naissance et mort, jeu de cache-cache. Porte d'entrée, de sortie. Tout se manifeste de mon esprit. Prends ma main et rions tous les deux. Ceci n'est qu'un au revoir. Nous nous reverrons encore. Nous ne cessons de nous rencontrer. Aujourd'hui et demain. Sur des milliers de chemins. Aujourd'hui et demain. Sur des milliers de chemins.
Over the last few days, our teacher Thay has been receiving a lot of gratitude messages and condolences. We shall now read two as a gift, as an offering to Thay and to the sangha.
From the Venerable Buddhist monk of France, Brother Mathieu Ricard. He shares, the most venerable Thich Nhat Hanh was one of the most respected moral and spiritual figures of our times. Not only was he one of the most articulate and inspiring proponent of the Buddhist teachings and practice, but he was also a beacon of truth in his non-violent campaigning for human rights. His quiet spiritual depth combined with an all-embracing compassion and kindness, which will be dearly missed, but his constructive influence will surely remain for generations to come. And from the Christian American monk, Brother David Steindl Rast. Having Thay as our brother and friend was one of the greatest gifts in my life. Over many decades, whenever I had the opportunity to send Thay a message, I wrote no words, but simply drew the outline of my hand on a piece of paper. Both he and I had long forgotten how this little private ritual originated. But at this time of grieving, I'd like to stretch out my hand to countless others who feel empty-handed at his passing and say, let's honor his legacy of interbeing by joining hands worldwide, ready to carry on with renewed dedication Thay's work of peacemaking.
Thank you, brother. Dear Thay, now the young monastics would like to offer Thay a song in Vietnamese. It is a song composed by your student, Brother Phap Thien. It is called The Son of Aspiration. He crossed the ocean to arrive and open up the spiritual source, bringing the refreshing Dharma rain to the west. Thich Nhat Mountain and its sacred forest embrace the child of Vietnam. A thatched hut, walking leisurely and freely, planting seeds of peace and love. From Phap Thang Tang, treasure of Dharma body, the warm sunshine in spring, thousands of daffodils bathing in sunlight, thousands of bodhisattvas springing up from the earth, bring the ancient vow to the world. The deep ocean overflowing with tears, the loving hands inviting the sunshine to the green fields. The young rice plants become fragrant with the rain from the tears of the ocean. From Phap Thang Tang, treasure of Dharma body, the warm sunshine in spring, thousands of daffodils bathing in sunlight, thousands of bodhisattvas springing up from the earth, bring the ancient vow to the world. The brown-robed warrior, armed with mindful breath, regardless of storms or seas of fire, keeps the faith alive and solid, singing the victory song of no birth and no death.
Bồ Tát tùng địa dòng xuân
We see you sitting in meditation on the podium, profoundly at peace, natural and relaxed, still and unshakable. We see your one-pointed mind as you offer incense at the altar, and your deep concentration as you touch the earth. We see you sitting in silence on Vulture Peak as you watch the sunset, a true soulmate of the Buddha. And we see you sitting on the deep mountain with the sangha as you watch the sunrise over the ridge. We see you walking. You arrive in every step. You are the master of every step. Walking in freedom, one step, one breath. And we see you walking with the freedom of a Buddha. You have shown us the healing power of concentration, of collective energy. And you have shown us that with a sangha, peace becomes possible. We see you teaching in the Dharma hall. We feel the silent, healing tears. And we hear the hall erupting in laughter at the story of the hammer and two hands. You have shown patience and compassion for every one of your students, meeting us right where we are. You knew when to be gentle, when to tease, and when to challenge us. Dear Thay, the Dharma sings through your poems and calligraphies. Their truths touch our hearts and lift our spirits. You have lived each day in beauty, no matter what adversity you faced. You know how to take refuge in Mother Earth. Even when you face the calamity of your stroke, you knew how to take refuge in nature and in your beloved community. With immense compassion, you stayed with us, never giving up, teaching us that even in the most challenging situations, it is always possible to cherish life's beauty and the miracle of being alive. Dear Thay, when you returned home to Vietnam and at the Hill 2 years ago, you brought us all with you. It is a great happiness for us, your students, to know that you could live your final days in peace at our root temple, the home of our spiritual ancestors. Dear Thay, we know that you are much more than your physical body. You are your teachings, your sangha, your immense compassionate action in the world. You are present wherever one of your students is taking a mindful breath or mindful step. You are also present in your cosmic body, just as the cosmos is present in you. And so, every time we enjoy the golden daffodils or the purple bamboo, the view from the mountain peak, or the gentle creek winding its way to the ocean, we will enjoy these wonders with your eyes and with your smile. You have said that time is stilled in eternity, where love and the beloved are one. Dear Thay, you are present here with us in this very moment as we climb the hill of the 21st century together, What you have not yet completed, we promise to complete for you. We would like to express our deep love and gratitude as we make the vow to carry your teachings, compassion, and insight far into the future. This is a legendary moment. This is a moment of continuation. Ban âm thanh đợi một chút để cho âm nhạc đến. Dear Sangha, we will have a chance to see the images, all of the manifestation of Thay through his journey from child, through the Vietnam War, through his engaged Buddhism in the West, the manifestation of Plum Village and the international Sangha, and the continuations of Thay. Âm nhạc chơi thì ở trong đó mới bắt đầu slideshow của sư ông. For the we would watch his students practice chanting, tuning all of the instruments. Dear Sangha, let us breathe as one body. Let us breathe as Thay's body. And let us breathe as Thay's continuation together. Thank you, dear Thay, dear Sangha, dear friends online for joining. We wish you a wonderful day. Xin trong kia tắt livestream được không? Yeah, please turn off the livestream in the sound room.